Hello and welcome to today's edition of Your Questions Answered with Father Gruner. I'm John Veneri. In this program, we take your questions. You send them to us via email at questions@thefatimacenter.com. You see it written on the screen here. And Father Gruner answers them. We have discussions about them. So on to today's question. It says here, someone wrote in and said, approximately 15 years ago, a priest who had been asked to bless my new scapular did so. But he told me it was unnecessary because enrollment in the scapular was automatic at the time of my confirmation. And he just wants to know, is this the general practice? And
well, first of all, two things. I guess I don't know where this person is writing from, what diocese. And I know when I was confirmed many years ago, something like 65 years ago, it was a practice in Montreal to enroll the children in the brown scapular at the time, either First Communion or
I had the First Communion. That's when I was enrolled.
Confirmation was shortly after that, so I can't remember. In Canada, at least at that time, we did confirmation the same time as First Communion. In any case, but I don't know if that's the case everywhere, and I believe it's less and less the case now. In any case, I want to make sure people understand, it's not automatic because you're confirmed. It's automatic because the practice of the school that you went to, or the parish you went to, or the diocese you went to, is that the priest then went through the enrollment ceremony. So to be enrolled in a scapular requires someone to have a little ceremony, which is the priest blesses the scapular, he puts it over their shoulders, he says 4 prayers, and one prayer for blessing the scapular, one prayer for putting it on your shoulders, one prayer for actually enrolling you in the scapular after that, and the 4th prayer is when the final blessing. Now, the second thing about the scapular is that once you've been enrolled in the scapular, you don't have to, and your scapular breaks, gets lost, wears out. You can put a new scapular on. You don't have to bless the second scapular because the blessing from being enrolled goes to your scapular.
It automatically extends to the next. As soon as you put it on.
Now, there's no harm in having your scapular blessed a second time, but it's not necessary as far as the church is concerned. So I hope that answers their questions. Do you think covers everything?
I think so, yes. And I guess one more question I would have in relation to Fatima was, did Our Lady actually ask for the brown scapular to be worn, or is it from when she extended it that we understand?
Well, we know that on October 13th, during the Miracle of the Sun, Our Lady appeared, as she said, Our Lady of the Sorrows, Our Lady of in the glorious. So Our Lady appeared in various ways, but one way she appeared during the Miracle of the Sun was holding out the scapular, and as Sister Lucy said, she by doing this, she dressed as Our Lady of Mount Carmel, wearing, of course, the scapular, the mantle, which the scapular is a brief form of the mantle, and she held out the scapular in its abbreviated form like this, indicating she wants us all to wear the scapular. So, but she never said any words. But now, the promise of the scapular is that Our Lady said to St. Simon Stock, receive the scapular. So she asked him to take it, okay? Receive the scapular. It shall be a sign of salvation, a protection in danger, and a pledge of peace. Whosoever dies wearing the scapular shall not suffer eternal fire. So that was a promise given on July 16th, 1251. And when Our Lady came at Lourdes, her last vision at Lourdes was on July 16th, the Feast of Our Lady of Mount Carmel. So throughout the ages, Our Lady keeps reminding us of the scapular, and in Fatima she reminded also, indicating now I would ask the question, who in the right mind? None of us, can guarantee us the grace of final perseverance. I mean, it's a grace that we can't earn, and we can't be guaranteed we have it. And the grace of final perseverance is really the ultimate grace that you want. And perseverance, obviously, in the state of grace. And so when Our Lady promises that if you wear the scapular at the hour of your death, she'll see to it that you go to heaven. I mean, so what fool, knowing she's promises, would not accept, and what fool would refuse? Now, apparently people say, oh, we don't need it. Let me tell you, I'm sure I pray less than some people. I'm sure I pray more than a lot of people, not because I'm great, but even whatever prayer I do, I'm quite happy to count on my scapular to get me through at the same. I'm not going to say, well, I don't need it because I do all these prayers. Well, I'm sure some of the people will say I don't need it because they pray less than I do. And not that that's, so I wear the scapular, and there are people who pray much better and much more holy than I am, and they wear the scapular too.
Yeah, and it's, even though we wear it under our clothing, it's an external sign
yes.
of devotion to Our Lady.
Yes. And
she takes into account.
I would think of it every day, and I'm reminded of it every day. And basically, by putting the scapular on, you're saying to the Blessed Virgin, I trust in your promise. I trust in your protection. And so, if she's talking about protection in this life, I mean, the scapular has been known to stop bullets. We have books, and we're happy to send them anyone who wants a copy of the book. A little booklet is very easy to read, 15 minutes or something like that.
Well, one last point I'll make, it's our old friend who died years ago, Father No.
Yeah.
And he did a lot of pastoral work, and he always said, a non-Catholic, if I can get the scapular on the non-Catholic, every time he converts.
Yes.
And I think I've seen that to be true. They get that in time they do, and sometimes it's quickly.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're only going to, the non-Catholic will only accept the scapular when they're close to death, as if to say, what do I have to lose?
Yeah.
But he says, every time I got a scapular on a non-Catholic, they always converted to Catholicism.
You see, the thing is, I expect he's talking about baptized non-Catholics, such as Protestants. And of course, it's Our Lady's, she's talking to Catholics primarily, or the baptized when she says that. Although the Church says to enroll them strictly, we should only enroll baptized Catholics. But you can still offer the prayers. You don't know the state of their soul at that moment. I'm not saying admit them to communion, but you can certainly admit them to.
And I don't even know if Father No did the full enrollment. I know one priest who there was an elderly man who was in the last stages of his life, and as he left, he just stood up and put the scapular on him. Yeah. and that man converted to the faith just a couple weeks before he died.
Oh, very good.
So anyway, Our Lady asked us to wear the scapular, and we do it. I remember Joanna Sword saying that the Portuguese people have a very simple outlook. They said to, what does Our Lady want? She wants me to do it, I'll do it. Yeah. Very simple. Yeah. So we do that, and we grow in the understanding of the scapular.
And many people don't know that Our Lady of Fatima wanted us to wear the scapular. Because she held it silently, but Lucy explained she wants us all to wear the scapular. And there's a grace that goes with the scapular, which if you wear your scapular all the time, you find it easier to pray your 5 decades of the Rosary. I know that when I first put my scapular back on in 1965, within a few weeks I was noticing, I actually noticed sometime after that, but I was praying at least 5 decades of the Rosary every day. And of course with that comes more graces still. So wear the scapular, it's a small step and gets you going.
And Our Lady always rewards us way more than any action we do for her. Yes. So that's all for this program, and we will see you next time. Thank you.